Hey everybody, it's me, Bryson Booker, back for another awesome review just for you, and all you people that still play plug-and-play TV games. I mean, they are definitely a childhood staple of mine. I remember growing up, and really plug-and-play TV games, believe it or not, guys, I know some of you guys are gonna like frown when you hear this. Plug-and-play TV games was my first exposure to such titles as Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Centipede, Asteroids. Because at that time, guys, people really didn't care that much about classic 80s games like everybody does now. Now, everybody's trying to get back into them and release all of these different arcade cabinets with these classics on there. But during one period of the 2000s, the early 2000s, everybody was like, well, they're classics. You know, that's it. And so not too many people really took into consideration their value, except the people at Jakks Pacifics. And Jakks Pacific released a lot of plug-and-play games, plug-and-play controllers featuring these classic titles. And I would say, I'm going to be bold and say this, that I think Jakks Pacific's plug-and-play TV games was one of the reasons why these 80s games and arcade games in general kind of made a resurgence in our society now. I think because of their contribution to bringing these games to a new generation, I would say that today's generation appreciates them more because of what Jakks Pacific did with these plug-and-play games. I'm going to say that, you know. Now, believe it or not, guys, they also made many plug-and-play TV games that were just straight up crud. And we're not going to talk about those because those are just embarrassing to mention. But there are some plug-and-play TV games that are pretty decent and, again, exposed a new generation to popular titles at one time. And Jakks Pacific wanted to do this with EA Sports. And so they released this guy, the EA Sports plug-and-play TV game, in 2004. Now, these plug-and-play games can only do so many graphics. You know, they can only get so high in the graphic department. So, when Jakks Pacific teamed up with EA Sports to create this, they pretty much put two titles on this system from EA's early catalog. And I mean their early catalog. Like, by the time that this came out, these games were already like over 10 years old. But they put Madden 1995 as well as NHL Face-Off, or just NHL 1995 on this plug-and-play game. And so there are two EA Sports titles. And obviously by this time, 2004, EA Sports was, especially in the graphics and gameplay department, they were rocketing sky high. But again, these can only handle so many graphics at a time, so many sprites at a time. So they put some classics on here and called it the EA Sports Classic Collection. And they only made one of these. I don't think they made any more. And you don't hear too much about this particular plug-and-play game system. At one time, guys, I thought it was rare. I thought, you know, no one really had too many of these. But then I did a quick Google search and found out that they were actually pretty popular. You know, and a couple of people still have them and are selling them for peanuts. So if you want one, you can easily go on eBay and find one. It's not going to be hard. I thought these were rare because I've never seen one in my life. But turns out they're not. They're actually still around and they're still being sold to this day. But I got this for free during a Christmas party. And so we were all trading gifts. And this just happened to catch my eye because, well, I like plug-and-play TV games. You know, every now and then I'll play them. And I've never seen this particular one before, this EA Sports one. And so when it was time for me to trade my gift, I snatched this guy. And the guy that gave it to me said that it works, and it does. So if I can power it on here. There you go. So that little light will blink right there. That'll flash, and then you just plug it into your TV. and you're good to go. So you got your start button. It's pretty simple. You got 3 buttons here. You got your joystick control and a start button. Now, it's kind of a funny design. As you can see, it has this big, thick piece of plastic right here. Now, what this actually is you can actually save your progress on this controller. You know, just like a real video game console, although it doesn't work that well. Because it requires batteries, and when those batteries die, your progress is pretty much out the window. But with sports games, guys, I mean, why would you be saving much progress anyway? It's a sports game. But anyway, if you want to save your progress, you can go on the back of here, and there's a little battery compartment where you can put, I don't know, like a cell, kind of like I don't know how you describe them, but they're like little quarter-shaped batteries, and you put them right there, and that activates the save compatibility of this thing, and it allows you to save your progress. But that's why they designed this the way that they did. Obviously, if they didn't have the save feature, this thing probably would have been a lot slimmer. But since they added that cool feature, they added this extra part to it. And so that's, again, all the features to it. At the end of it, the cable is pretty long, so you can sit on your couch and munch on some buffalo wings as you play Madden. So the cable's pretty long for that, for you to do that. You have 2, obviously, component video outputs. So one for mono sound. I mean, this stuff was recorded in mono anyway, so, you know, stereo is kind of pointless. But you have a mono sound output and then a component video output. Now, nowadays, you know, with these TVs, you know, and their lack of compatibility with these great old simplistic outputs that, you know, once were, you may have to get a converter that has HDMI to component video to hook this thing up. Or your TV may be one of the lucky TVs to actually have one group of these outputs still on your TV. And obviously, if you're old school like me, your TV has about maybe 4 or 5 of them. But I actually had to upgrade my TV, so I actually had to do this. I had to get a converter, and so that's how I'll be able to test this for you. Just let you know that it works. Just let you know I'm not good at both of these games on here. I'm still trying to learn and play them because, let's just face it, guys, I haven't played Madden in, I don't know, 10 years or so. I wish they would have put NBA Live on here, but that's kind of an obvious title. But I think I would have had more fun if they would have put another game, NBA Live or, you know, PGA, Tiger Woods PGA Tour, or something like that on here. I think that would have made it funner instead of just football and hockey. But hey, they included Madden, so there we go. So I'm going to plug this up and let you see it in action. Alright guys, here we go. Let's turn it on and see if it works. And yes, it does. So it takes a minute to load up. You sadly can't skip that stuff, huh? Alright. So obviously, you know, the menu is pretty simple. It's called the EA Sports Classics. And you have 2 classics, Madden 95 and NHL 95. I'm going to choose NHL 95 first and just let you see that. And again, it's coming out of one speaker because it's mono. So, the game plays literally like the original Genesis version. I'm not even trying to play, guys. I'm just showing you that what it looks like. So the graphics are pretty good. Graphics take up most of the screen. Again, Genesis quality graphics. So this is obviously originally from the Sega Genesis. So you get those kind of graphics on here. But they're pretty good, you know, for the time. Let's go look at the other games. So you actually have to reset the console. You can't really exit out of the game. So I have to turn it back off and back on again to select another game. And we gotta go through this again and keep pressing the start button. And let's look at Madden.
In the game.
I was waiting for that.
Hi everyone, welcome to John Madden Football.
And then you just use the controls to control your player.
Hi everyone, welcome to John Madden Football.
So I don't know what happened there. But, you know, it pretty much plays like the original. And that's it, guys. So that was kind of a quick demo of this EA Sports Classics plug-and-play TV game. I want to give a shout out to my friend for giving me this. And it definitely made my college life a lot funner. But thanks for watching.